Coronation Street star pretended to be 15 years younger and hid real age for decades. In 1983, a real-life twist unfolded Coronation Street's iconic landlady. She spent 23 years pulling pints in The Rover's Return as Annie Walker, Coronation Street's famously snobbish landlady. But in 1983, Doris Speed became the center of a real-life soap scandal when the Daily Mirror revealed she had been lying about her age for decades. For years, Doris had claimed to be 69, but in reality, she was 84, a full 15 years older than the public believed. The paper called it an age-old secret, uncovering that the veteran actress had already been an old-age pensioner when she joined the cast back in 1960. As she is 84 years old, the Mirror wrote. And, contrary to popular belief, the dear has been looking a bit frail of late, pulling pints in The Rover's Return. For decades, Doris had listed her date of birth in Who's Who of television simply as the February 3rd, Manchester, carefully leaving out the year. When she was taken ill and admitted to hospital in 1983, journalists began digging. It didn't take long to find the missing piece, 1899. Records showed that Miss Speed joined the Guinness Brewery in May 1920 at the age of 21, working her way up from a lady clerk to the personal secretary of the regional manager in Manchester. A company spokesman told the paper she was a model employee. He added that she even gave up 6 months of her retirement money to sign a contract with Granada Television when Coronation Street began. The revelation also contradicted parts of Doris's oft-told life story. She had long described her parents, Ada and George Speed, as music hall artists, once telling reporters, "Show business is the only way of life I know. I certainly know about hard times." In reality, her only theatrical background before Coronation Street came from her local amateur dramatic society. She had not grown up in show business, nor had she spent her life in theaters before finding fame in Weatherfield. When offered just 3 weeks' work on Coronation Street in 1960, Doris accepted the role with enthusiasm. It turned into the defining part of her career. Over more than 2 decades, Doris's portrayal of Annie Walker made her a household name. Her character, with her airs and graces and sharp tongue, was a fixture of British television. Younger cast members were said to have a healthy respect for the formidable actress who commanded the bar. But the Mirror's exposé in 1983 stunned colleagues and fans alike. Doris, who had always been fiercely private, was said to be deeply upset by the sudden unmasking of her true age. Not long after, she decided to leave the soap she'd helped build. Doris never returned to Coronation Street. After her home was ransacked in a burglary, she lived quietly in retirement, away from the public eye. She died on November 16, 1994, aged 95 in Bury, Greater Manchester. She was laid to rest at Blackley Cemetery.